Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and today we're going to be showing you a simple tool for a simple job. Let's say you need to do some image editing. One of the really common things if you are on Windows is this fellow right here. This is Microsoft Paint. It is the king of lo-fi art in the world of Windows. It's very bare bones in what it can do, but that doesn't mean that Microsoft haven't gone and screwed with it. In fact, a lot of people that liked the lo-fi nature of Paint hate it now, especially because they've done things like this. Yes, there is now AI in Microsoft Paint. Let's say Microsoft Paint wasn't quite enough for you, or you're not really keen on where they've gone with it. A common answer for the last 20 years has been to use a program called Paint.net. Now, Paint.net is a free application. It's sort of like Photoshop-Lite. It's somewhere in between in between Microsoft Paint and Photoshop. Obviously, a little bit more towards the Paint side of things. It is a simple tool, but it's got most of what the vast majority of people need, especially if you're just drawing or doing some simple markup, simple editing, that kind of thing. Thing is, Paint.net has a couple of issues. One of the biggest issues is it's for Windows. So come on here for download. It is Windows only. The other big issue is this website has always spent all of its time trying to trick you into downloading malware. Their entire advertising system here is like fake downloads, which will install crap on your machine. I have always hated that about Paint.net. Program itself is pretty good. But let's say you didn't want to deal with any of that crap, or you weren't on Windows. What would you use then? Well, that's where today's topic comes in. Pinta. Pinta is painting made simple. This is a straightforward graphic application. If you are looking for something simple to do pixel art, painting, image touch-up, that kind of thing, this could be the perfect tool for you. We'll come back to it in just a second, but the thing is, available on Windows, Mac, and Linux. You're going to see here, it's got an unlimited undo, redo, which is quite nice. The other big thing about it is very performant. So here we go from zoomed all the way out to zoomed all the way out. So if you want to work at the pixel level, you can quite easily get in here and muck around at the pixel level. I can even go down to a single individual pixel like so, and we can draw. Oh, I've got a scatter brush going on right there. Maybe I don't want to do splatter brush. Let's do normal. I can literally come in here and get at the pixel level. You notice I got anti-aliasing on that brush. You can actually turn that off. So if you just want to do an individual pixel, you can do an individual pixel. Or if you want to do a couple of pixels, turn alias back on, and it will round it out for you. Super straightforward. You're looking to do pixel art. You want a simple application to learn. This is a good choice for you. Now, it also does some of the stuff that Paint.net does, because this was very much a clone of Paint.net back in the day. You're going to find if you need to do filters, etc., you come up here. So you've got your straightforward things like curves. So I can do color correction on a curve like so, very simple. And various different other edits. You can see good responsive feedback on it. So your typical, levelings that you might do for recoloring. And then over here, we've got all of the different filtering. So for example, here, you got distortions, blurs, and so on. Or I can do something like here, turn this into a pencil sketch if I want. And as you're going to see, you're actually getting real-time feedback on the result as you're going there. So you can get the result you like, create it out, and there you go. So you got a number of, a little bit more advanced than if you're dealing with Microsoft Paint, but a good solid set of tools. On top of that, you do have all of your layers stuff here. So you can see here, you got layers, you can toggle them on, off. We can create a new layer like so. We can add in that new layer. So I'm going to come up over here. Let's do some quick painting. So again, you've got things like your paintbrush like this. And again, obviously change the size of it. You can change the controls. So you saw earlier we did a splatter. You can do a splatter brush like this in here. Simple palette controls down here. So your fixed palette set over there. Or you can go here to your primary and secondary, and you've got your traditional selection tools there as well. And you got some slightly more advanced tools as well. So for example, here I've got a clone brush. Come in here, pick an area, anchor it with the control key, and then you can basically clone that somewhere else. Straightforward art tools, something you're not going to find in like a base thing like Paint, but you'll find in something slightly more advanced, like again, Paint.net. And it's a very useful tool, by the way. On top of that, I've got some nice, here is a shape builder tool. Let's go ahead and pick red, and I can do a shape like this, outlined in fill style, or I could come up here, basically say outline only, and we can do a shape like that. Again, we do have flood fill tools after, so you can fill that in after the fact. And then also you got some pretty nice settings on your line tools as well. So here I go to one line, and I can draw a line from, say, there to there, but I can also pick a spot on that line and bring it over accordingly. Once again, the fill shapes apply, so if I wanted to do just a line, I can do that accordingly, and then you can see here I can easily edit it after the fact. But if I want to do another control point, I can literally come in at any time and do a control point there. So really simple to work with geometrics as well. You got your basic shapes like this too, like drawings and so on. You can control over how they're created. You can have them created using a dash outline. Very normal graphic stuff. It's just what it says on the tin. Is very simple, very easy to get up and going with. But if you needed to do like just simple image work, it's there for you. On top of that, you're going to notice over here, we have other options here. For example, if you needed to do color correction, you've got options over there. So you got photo, you come in here, remove red eyes, apply a vignette. So here we can do a vignette onto our image like so. Very clean, easy, straightforward, cross-platform, free, and open source graphics application. So that is Pinta, ladies and gentlemen. Pinta is available at pinta-project.com. Again, free, open source, drawing and image editing. It's got, again, smooth workflow. You can see a preview of what you're working on before you apply it. Familiar, straightforward interface there. Again, you also have the various different effects that are built in here as well. This one was big, unlimited undo and redo. So you screw something up, easily undo it. Use it for digital painting, photo editing, pixel art, and more. Again, available for Windows, Mac, Linux, and BSD versions. It's also getting pretty continuous updates. So the last update was in April 2026, whereas I don't know that they go back to the first, but I think this has been around since it started off as a clone back in 2010, I think it was at this point in time. So Pinta is definitely a cool program I would highly recommend. You know, if you just need simple image editing, that's what it's all about. And as you saw with the anti-aliasing and the zoom in and so on, it works quite well with pixel art. Once again, it is an open source project. It is under the MIT license. You're going to see here C# code. So if you want to go ahead and check that one out, again, started back in 2010, pretty constant releases since then. So you get an idea of the frequency of updates. So here is the most recent. So let's go here. I want to go there and see them. So there are your frequency of updates. So it's quite commonly updated. Pinta 3 was released April 2020. So in 1 year, they went from the 3.0 release to all of these things have happened since. And again, it's been around for a very, very long time. So straightforward tool, does exactly what it says on the tin. And unlike Paint.net, I'm back to Paint.net, and it's got this scummy vignette ad trying to get me to download something very suspicious. And again, Windows only. I like Paint.net. It is exactly like Pinta, which makes sense because Pinta was very much inspired by Paint.net, but it just doesn't have all the other BS. And unlike a certain program we could talk about, GitHub Copilot, or Copilot in general, has not been implemented into it. Something that you may appreciate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Pinta. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.